Wow. Right?
Wow.
That vibration, that incredible talent. Wow, that melody. Wow. Did anybody listen to the lyrics? Guide us to a place. Grant us your grace. Give us grace so that we can be like children. This song is not unity theology. This song is not how we pray. This song prays to an exterior God, asking and beseeching that we be given something that we don't have. Wow. This song is not a unity song. Sorry. It's beautiful. These guys are uber talented. Uber talented. But I want us to be really clear and specific, because prayer is the most important thing we can do. Prayer, the attitude and alignment with positive, affirmative prayer can change your life, and I stand here today to tell you that is the absolute truth. When I stepped into affirmative prayer and started doing it with others on a daily basis, my life was transformed. My husband, my child, our other's child, and our dog are now living testament to the power of prayer. Careful what you pray for. It's wonderful. But this prayer has a theology of less than, of forever being a child that needs help. And we just affirmed to Roma and to all of our inner children that you are perfect, exactly as you are. There's nothing you need learn or do. Right now, in this moment, you are divine. You are complete and whole. Roma won't be perfect when she's figured out how to feed herself or not have to live in a diaper. Because, you know, the reality is she'll start in a diaper and she'll probably end in a diaper too. Like all of us will.
That's right. Yeah.
Right?
What?
Just saying the truth, right? Just stating the obvious. So why do we always say it's going to be when this happens, when something else happens, that we'll be okay? When I get this mastered, when God grants peace on earth, when I get this understanding that I'll be led to grace because I'm not in grace right now. No, the truth is we are living in grace right here and right now. We don't need to beseech any outside deity, a man or a woman or a thing living up in the clouds to give it to us. We stand and affirm it. I am divine grace. Today is the feast of St. Francis. And we all know his prayer, right? Did you know that the first recorded notice, the first history of this prayer comes from 1912? St. Francis did not live in 1912. But it was printed on the back of a St. Francis prayer card in 1912 and has subsequently become attributed to St. Francis. But it says, Lord, make me a channel of thy peace. We in Unity understand this differently. And we say, I am a channel of peace. Can you do that with me? I am a channel of peace. Where there is hatred, I am love.
Where there
is I am love. Where there is injury, I am forgiveness.
Where there is injury,
I am forgiveness. Where there is doubt, I am faith.
Where there is doubt, I am faith.
Where there is despair, I am hope.
Where there is despair, I am hope.
Where there is darkness, I am light.
Where there is darkness, I am light.
And where there is sadness, I am joy.
Where there is sadness, I am joy.
I do not seek to be consoled, but to console. To receive, but to give. To be loved, but to love. The prayer of St. Francis, taken to an I am consciousness, transforms us all into the divine presence, no longer praying to something or someone outside of ourselves, but praying from that awareness of our own divinity, praying from that awareness that we are whole and complete and a perfect, perfect being. No child waiting to grow up. Today is the day that you are liberated from the chains of thinking that you're not enough, that you need something else or someone else to save you, to grant you, to be something that you're not. And the way to do that is through prayer. Now, I don't stand here this morning pretending that I have it all worked out. And as I was reading this weekend, I ran across this story from How to Pray Without Talking to God. Linda sat down in her spiritual counselor's office. And she started to tell him the story. And as she did, she just started crying. And she said, my husband lost his job in Silicon Valley, and we had to sell our house because our mortgage payment was dependent on his income. We had to downsize. And at the same time, my son got shipped off to Iraq. And every night, I would say, waiting up at night, trying to find any news of his deployment, looking, scouring all the news networks, trying to find out if he was okay. They knew he was in a Humvee and they were being attacked everywhere, and the tears kept flowing as she reported then that the job she had as the assistant pastor at the Unity Church, she had just been let go from because she wouldn't sign some document that they required for her pastoral counseling. And she felt abandoned and sabotaged and let down. And the spiritual counselor looked at her and said, so I guess you don't believe that there's only one presence and one power. I guess you don't believe that you are divine love and that no matter where your son is, in Iraq or off of this physical plane, that you are one with him and can connect with him at any time. And she sat there, and every muscle in her body, every fiber of her being wanted to get up and run out the door while smacking this guy in the face. But she didn't. She wiped away her tears and she said, thank you. It is easy to live from principle, from our understanding of oneness, from our understanding of the I am consciousness when everything is going well, when it's going exactly like we think it's supposed to be going. But it is twice as important to live from that principle and from that state of being when the shit hits the fan. Thank you for that today, Roberta. Because it's the truth. You know, why do we have to pretend we don't say those words when we're here on Sunday? We all do. When the shit hits the fan, when the pain is unbearable, it's time to double down in our prayer consciousness, in our understanding of our divinity, understanding of who and what we are. So Linda said that she doubled down. She went home and she started kneeling in front of a picture of her son every day, knowing that they were one. That divine love is what connected them, and time and space could not ever separate them. She started blessing the money she had, and when the bills came, she had money to pay them. She started saying thank you and being grateful for everything in her life, and one by one, through that 6-month period of hell, everything started to come back together. Just because we understand this principle, just because we say affirmations, just because we can pray from that consciousness does not mean that stuff will not happen to us. Of course it will. We are all living on this planet, in this world. But those things, those principles and these teachings are what save us from our own devices, from our own negative thoughts, from our own consciousness. You know, there's a researcher, actually, I was just reading this weekend. Her name is Barbara Fredrickson, and she works with the University of North Carolina. And she studies the psychological effects of positive thinking. And she published a survey that took 300 different research articles on the effects of positive thinking. And she looked at them all across the board. And without a doubt, she says, that positive thinking not only is helpful to you, but that it actually makes you have better relationships, actually improves your marriage satisfaction, actually changes your whole work and your career outlook, and improves your health. Now, this isn't wishful thinking. It's alignment with truth thinking. It's aligning with a higher plane. And literally, this survey goes on to say that those who engage in negative thinking, i.e. negative thinking, whatever that is for you, their choices get limited. They don't see possibilities, and therefore, they usually do have worse outcomes because something in the brain shifts, and they don't see the good right in front of them, or the possibility right in front of them. Now, Unity has been teaching this for over 100 years, and I'm really glad that science can acknowledge it now. But we've known this and still need to apply it today. Still need, in our daily interaction, to pray from this being, from this consciousness, from this understanding. Reverend Linda says this: we pray to claim and assert our divine identity so that we can live more fully from it. We pray so that we may embody divine nature. We don't pray to change anything on the outside. We pray to change our consciousness of it so that we may see it wholly and completely. Praying to change the color of anyone's shirt, anyone's face, anything on the earth. Maybe silly, maybe not. But praying from a consciousness that knows that I am divine, and that when I bless something, it can change. Right? We don't pray because something upsets us. We pray because something blesses us. Let me say that again. Right? We don't pray because something upsets us. We pray because something blesses us. That may be hard to understand in practical terms. I'll show you this slide. I'll go back to that one. This is the photo on the left. Is an ice crystal. You can read this. Frozen and polluted. And Dr. Emoto blessed it and then photographed it again. He claims that our blessings, our prayers, our saying that something is wonderful, can literally change the physical world. That's wonderful. And this experiment has been repeated all over the world many times, in many different ways and forms. This is what we talk about when I'm using Charles Fillmore's quote. Prayer is the most highly accelerated mind action known. The kind of prayer I'm talking about is positive, affirmative prayer. Because it doesn't change the thing. It changes you for the thing. It doesn't change the situation, but opens you to being the divine in the situation, and then the situation is somehow different. Right? It's like stepping into the middle of a storm and not being bothered by it. Stepping into the middle of a rainstorm and being grateful that you finally got a shower. Grateful that you can feel it on your skin. Grateful that the earth needs water to survive, as we all do. That consciousness shifts us. So, I wanted to demonstrate this for you. And I thought about this, and I wanted to give an example, and I was like, I'm so tired of hearing myself talk. And I was wondering if anyone had a prayer request today that they'd be willing to share. Roberta.
We had a baby born 2 days ago in our family, and she had to be flown from Key West to Miami because there were complications, and her condition is unknown. That's why my phone is on, waiting for an emergency call. So I would love to see Kinsley Rose call the ambulance.
Okay. Kinsley Rose. And so was that them calling?
Pardon?
Was that them
No.
calling?
I'm sorry.
That's right. That's right. No, that's why I'm asking. So the first acknowledgement in prayer is that you acknowledge what's happening, right? We know that the reality of the situation is, yes, she has to have her phone on. This is life-threatening and important, and our hearts are absolutely right with you. We do not dismiss what's going on in the world as not real. It is absolutely real. Kinsley Rose right now and her whole family are all on the edge, all working, right? So we take this moment and everybody join us. We are one with the one power and presence of the universe. Kinsley Rose is one with the one power and presence that is life itself. We are grateful for her entry into this plane, and we are delighted to welcome her into this family. We give thanks for the technology that enabled her transport from one hospital to the next. And so that all of life's great resources, medical, personal, spiritual, are there with her right now, rallying and cheering her on to her wholeness and completeness. Kinsley Rose, you know that you are not alone, that you are one with each and every other being on this planet and life itself. We give thanks for each nurse, doctor, and technician who touches her, who cares for her, who lifts her, and transforms her. We are grateful for the medicines and the technology that are here right now as gifts of the divine, our own divine inspiration, knowing that there is always a way. And for the family that is in constant wholeness and prayer, we are truly grateful, for they have been blessed with life itself. They have extended themselves and are willing to go to any length to be there, to shepherd her, to support her, and then let her be who she is. For this understanding of the divine nature of Kinsley, we are so grateful. For this opportunity to see her smiling, whole, and with us. We say, I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am that I am. And so it is. So it is. In every moment, in every situation, we choose to be the love that's needed. We choose to be the divine presence that knows that there's nothing wrong. We choose to be the divine presence that knows there's nothing wrong. We change our own mind. Look at Oregon, Afghanistan, hospitals being blown up, people being shot, Syria. And come to all of those things with a consciousness that knows, in that situation, I am love. Where there is despair, I am hope. In the whole debate in our country this week about gun laws, everyone says, well, you can't do this and you can't do that, and no one does this and no one does that, and everybody's blaming each other. But the prayer of St. Francis asks us to be the hope, the peace, the serenity, the friend in that situation. And when we come at the situation with that consciousness, when we change our own mind, even praying to our higher selves, one of my favorite prayers is, open my heart and mind so that I may see this differently. Open my heart and mind so I may see the truth. Open my heart and mind so I may know that there is a solution and it exists within me. Board of Trustees and I, every meeting we have, we say that. In any situation, we affirm that the solution exists, and its solution exists within me. You are the hands, as we sang, the voice, the face, and the presence of God. You are truly divine. And that consciousness changes everything. I'll share this with you, Roberta. As I was studying the work of Byron Katie, she talked about her granddaughter being born. And she was there in the hospital with her daughter as she gave birth. And there were complications. The baby was born and it wasn't breathing. And the doctors and the nurses all started to do their work. And minutes passed and the baby's not breathing. And Byron took a deep breath and sat there and smiled. And held the truth that all is well. Right here in that moment, there is no need to panic. Because it is all as it's supposed to be. And as she and her daughter locked eyes, and they both smiled at each other, the baby cried and started breathing. So with your family, across the world or off the planet, let's all take a moment to lock eyes with our sons, our daughters, our parents, our pets, our inner child, and smile. That person, that being that you feel distant from is no farther away than the door to your heart. Meister Eckhart, the 13th century mystic, said, you need not look for God out there or around there or in any church. You need look no further than the door to your heart. And so it is. Let's take this to our time of meditation.
I feel my
talk to God, and when you meditate, you listen to God. But that's not unity theology. In unity theology, prayer and meditation are synonymous. One, we take time to be the divine presence. So I want to use this time of meditation for us to understand that you can meditate and pray all at the same time. I am divine. I am one with the one. Know that with me. I am divine.
I am one with the one.
I am divine. I am one with the one. I am divine. I am one with the one. Again.
I am divine. I am one with the one.
I am divine. I am one with the one. Now bringing in everyone and everything you want in this consciousness. I am divine. I am one with the one. Together.
I am divine.